My name is Rita Semel. I was the first Global Council chair, and now I'm still on the Finance Committee. Although my husband, who is up there somewhere, must be laughing because I never had a budget all the time we were married. Well, I've always been involved with interfaith activities. I'm one of the founders of the San Francisco Interfaith Council. We've just celebrated our 30th year. And when the idea came for an interfaith service commemorating the 50th anniversary of the UN, Bill Swing set up this committee, and I was one of the first members. And we talked about an interfaith service at Grace Cathedral to go along with the commemoration for the signing of the UN Charter. And it was a big success. We had 26 religions represented, and we did it in an hour. I think we broke a record. I can't imagine 26 religions in 1 hour. And when it was over, we were standing on the steps of Grace Cathedral, and we said, well, we have something here. Here we've got all these people from different faiths from around the world, and we shouldn't let this moment pass. And we had meeting after meeting after meeting to figure out what we could do. And the name comes, it's sort of a play on United Nations. It's United Religions. And we called it an initiative because it was an initiative. Well, that was one of the things that happened. Bill and Mary were on sabbatical, and they went around the world and they visited people at the Vatican, people in London, the bishop in London, people in the Middle East, and they all thought it was a great idea, but they didn't want any part of it. And so when Bill came back and we met together and he talked about what he learned, we decided that we wouldn't do it with the high mucky mucks, we would do it with the people. And that was the idea for the cooperation circles. Well, I think it's a matter of people finding out what they have in common, what they want to do together, the issue that they want to solve. For example, and I use this example all the time, and I think it works. If there's an issue before a city council or in San Francisco, the Board of Supervisors, and the Jewish community goes there and says they want this, that, or the other thing, they have a certain amount of clout. If the Episcopal community goes and says they want it, they have a certain amount of clout. But if they go together with the Catholics and the Protestants, they have lots of clout. So that is a simple way of saying a very complicated thing. Together we can accomplish more. I think that's certainly one of the end products. And the whole idea of the cooperation circle is that they get together to do something for their community, whether it's doing something in the schools, it's doing something for better parks, or whatever it is. And they make the decision so that it's purely local. This is what needs to happen in Bombay. This is what needs to happen in Paris. This is what needs to happen in Sacramento. This is what needs to happen in San Francisco. So it's to make your own community a better place. And we find that by working together, we can accomplish more. For example, the San Francisco Interfaith Council is a cooperation circle. It's old. It happens to be older than URI, and when URI came into being, we became a cooperation circle. And we were started to work on the homeless issue, which, as you may know, is a big issue in San Francisco. But what does URI do for us? It puts us in touch with people all over the world who are faced with similar problems, and we can share experiences and learn from each other. How many days do you have? I don't know. I think Bill is a person who cares about other people, cares about the world, wants to make the world a better place, and that's what he's doing. And I was fortunate enough to be around when we started. I was on the original committee when we talked about how we would have this interfaith service. and then after the interfaith service, what we would do to keep going. Well, I think that's true, and since he's already admitted to that, I don't mind saying that the first committee meeting that we had there were a very limited number of people there, and there was just Bill and the dean, Alan Jones, a rabbi, a Muslim, a Catholic priest, and me. And we talked about what we might do, and I said, we need to have Methodists and Baptists and Presbyterians. And Bill looked at me and said, really? And he was right, he didn't know them. And then we broadened the group, and we found that all of us had something in common. We all wanted to make the world a better place. We did it in different ways, we believed different things, but at the end, we all wanted to make the world a better place. Oh, I think so. And it's amazing that we're in 109 countries now, and 400 and something cooperation circles. And if you look at what the different cooperation circles do, they range from, I don't know, from what to what. But the wonderful part about it is that each cooperation circle has the ability to do what is important for their community. So nobody's dictating, nobody's telling them what to do. Each one has the opportunity to say, this is our issue, this is what we need to do, and this is how we're going to do it by working together. Well, I think it will only do that if we can make it available, if we don't hang on to it, if we say, this is what we've done, what are you interested in? What do you want to accomplish? What do you see as the problem? Are you willing to give some time and effort to work with others to fix it, to make the world a better place? I feel incredibly lucky, and I feel sorry for people who live in a silo. And I've been fortunate enough to meet so many different people from so many different places, and it's enriched my life beyond words.